Some of the big challenges for the sector in terms of achieving net zero are, it is an end-to-end supply chain that is challenged on so many levels. So public awareness, people don't understand what to do to retrofit their home. They don't even know where to start. Standards in the building sector, there are some amazing builders out there. Equally, there are some builders that don't do the job to the right standards, and actually a poorly done retrofit can make your home worse, not better. The financial means to do it, many people don't have either the willingness or the ability to pay the amount of money it costs to retrofit your home. That's really important and needs to be addressed, through lenders such as Nationwide, but also through government grants. There are things like the financial payback is sometimes not there, and so that is something where we're really calling on the government to start to look at things like VAT for retrofitting, what else they could do to kind of enable it. There isn't good data on just like what are properties' carbon emissions. So half of the homes on our book we don't even have an EPC for. So there are some really fundamental challenges across many sectors that all need to be addressed together to kind of make this work. But that's something we're going to have to do if we're going to hit our net zero targets. So I think the role of finance in achieving net zero is ultimately completely fundamental. We have a big problem in that we have a whole series of energy inefficient homes that will need to be retrofitted to get to net zero. And they're going to be unique, tailored situations for every single building that needs work. And so it is a massive challenge. It's multifaceted. Is the investment available? Do people understand what to do? Do we have enough skills in the UK? Do we have people who've got the jobs and the qualifications to do the work? What grants are available? Like, there are so many aspects to this that kind of need thinking through. And so, forums like this where we can get together and exchange ideas and say, well, this is a problem that I'm grappling with, what do you think? Are fundamental to tackling one of these issues. To be honest, the highlight for me so far was listening to my fellow panelists on their speech talk about, in really practical terms, what should housing associations do to face into net zero, and hearing that level of just pragmatic, do this, think about this, here are some things. I just felt that delegates would probably take away some really concrete steps that they could do. And I think, with the net zero challenge, you hear a lot about frameworks, you hear a lot about policies that are all quite high level, but actually really getting into, okay, on the ground, here are the choices and decisions we're facing into, what should we do? Having that level of concrete debate, I thought was really inspiring for me, and that's something that I'll really take away with me. This is a real opportunity for me to start to understand the different perspectives and what a particular sector is doing in this space. The amount of work that still has to be done, the way that people are thinking about it. So it's a great opportunity, I think, for me to just broaden my horizons a bit and learn a little bit more about how other people are tackling from their own angle the same questions that I'm also trying to tackle in my sustainability role at Nationwide. What I'm looking forward to in terms of next year's conference is having a whole bunch of people in a room who are all facing into the same sorts of challenges that I'm facing into. So there is a level of kind of comradeship and support, because this stuff is difficult, but also learning, because you can have conversations with other people and say, well, wow, I haven't thought of that. Let's have a think about that. So I think that level of exchange and debate is great.